Traficant for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The author of H.Res. 298, Mr. Visklosky from Indiana, has worked tirelessly here, along with Chairman Regula and many others, to try and do something about this dumping and subsidy of foreign products that, in fact, have damaged American workers, American goods, in my opinion, our future economy, even though right now it makes it look like our prices are low and our economy is helped and buoyed by this action. Mr. Visklosky, I'm sure, will be here. He's still elated, he being the greatest Notre Dame fan in the Congress and being totally elated by the Fighting Irish's comeback victory over Southern Cal. So being an old Pitt guy, I'm not going to be all that ecstatic about it, but Visklosky is still out there cheering on the Irish. You know, the very first steel mill that closed in America, we called it Black Monday back then, was in Youngstown, Ohio. 11,000 steel workers got a notice one morning that their plant was closing and their job was gone. Congress has done a bunch of things since then to give plant closing notices, but quite frankly, I don't even understand why we have to be doing something like this with an administration that, in my opinion, should know better, and I think every administration should know a little better. We're getting ripped off big time. People keep hearing about dumping. I don't know if the American people know what dumping means. It is not all that sophisticated. You know, it's not rocket science here. Dumping is when a product costs $20 to make, but they sell it in America for $15, $5 below what it costs them to make the product themselves. What does that do? There are those purists that say, well, that's great. Look, they're subsidizing the American economy. They're doing us a favor at $5 a product. Yeah, but the bottom line is the American producers now can't meet the competition. Little by little, the American competition dwindles. Then before long, there's a vacuum. No American company produces it, and that product that looked so juicy at $15 now coming in here at $35. The final result of this, folks, you can't have dumping, you can't have subsidies if, in fact, they're going to play by a different set of rules. And that's what frosts my pumpkin here. I think with the dumping on illegal steel, Congress did not do what they had to do. Congress should have passed a ban. Send it to the President and let these presidents that fire up all these union workers every election veto the bill and show what they're standing for. We should not be managing illegal trade. We should be banning illegal trade. So I particularly feel our program is all wet. I think we've allowed these administrations to use an awful lot of rhetoric here in politics around election time and maintain a program that, in my opinion, is anti-American, so help me God. But I want to credit the efforts at least we're trying to take. What we're doing is recommending that the administration does not allow any more of this chicanery on illegal trade. Wow. I hope that works. But in any regard, I think it's better than what we're doing. But I think there's a lot more that has to be done. And I think it's time to pass some legislation that says, look, you play by the same rules we play. Because there's one trick word, I believe, and one magic word that deals with this trade business. It's called reciprocity. I think it's time to treat our trading partners as they treat us, and ideally we should aspire to free trade, but when it does not exist, let's practically deal with the issue with fair trade. I yield back.
Gentleman's time has expired. Gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Regula, is recognized for 5 minutes.